Right. Hey, hey. Welcome back, Aquarians. All right. So, guys, we did a little pre shuffle and we're looking at some mythology inspired message. Aquarius ended up with the goddess Hecate. And Hecate is that three headed, three faced goddess. She is oftentimes depicted as one person having three different faces, or she can be three different animals, or she can be the maiden, the young, like woman, or the crone, representing the three different phases of life. But essentially, she is the guardian of the crossroads. But more than that, she is like the keeper of all things hidden. She is the one who holds a key that unlocks the subconscious, the unconscious. um, she holds a torch and that lights the way into a passage into the unknown. And she encourages the traveler not to be afraid when stepping through that threshold. So we may have something related to like a phase of life that Aquarius is stepping through. This could be, a certain era of life, how we like to say, oh, I'm in my whatever era. It feels like possibly Aquarius is doing something like that, or they're at that threshold moment in their life where the next thing that they do, although they don't see it yet, the next thing that they do is going to take them into a different realm of their own life. We have a Four of Swords upright, we have a Seven of Wands upright, and we have the Moon upright. The moon is what's hidden, very much like perfect to complement the message of Hecate. It is asking a character to recognize Aquarius has healed from something. They're done resting. They're done with that quiet space. If they've been silent solo, if they haven't been in communication because a relationship in their life may be ended and they've been healing and they've been taking care of their heart for a bit, that's great. But the time for the healing is actually over. And if anything, with the Seven of Wands, I think Aquarius healed more than what they realize. It's like sometimes in life, the pains that we accrue highlight other wounds that were already buried there as well. And that's the best way I could say this. We have major shift, major change for Aquarius, even if they don't realize it yet. Sitting right here at the precipice of I'm healed, but I healed more things than the wound that I thought I was healing, which means maybe I've like reconnected with something deep in my DNA. I could see that. I could see with the goddess Hecate that perhaps Aquarius has just like opened up some, deep well hidden inside themselves that contains all kinds of, additional gifts or talents. We have a Ten of Swords in the reverse, the Nine of Cups upright. Okay, I'm not saying Aquarius has never had happiness in their life, but by comparison to what Aquarius is about to start experiencing, I think they're going to be stunned to realize like they have recently healed at the most profound level, some level that they didn't even know they were, holding wounds from. This could be a past life wound that they're going to recognize. I feel free of something that was always a little melancholy within me. There was always something, and I didn't even know it until now that I feel so much lighter. We also see Aquarius becoming a full blown mermaid who now can live, on land as well, swinging in this happy swing. I almost wonder if Aquarius is shifting into this like dual version of themselves. Um, if that's one of it's not just a healing process that's occurred, it's not just like resolving like past life karma or trauma. It's also bringing forth in this lifetime a talent or a gift that is almost like supernatural, we'll say, you know, something that is extrasensory, or something, like I say, that's a profound gift that maybe Aquarius carries within themselves, and now they can bring it forth. We have a Page of Wands upright. We have a Ten of Cups upright. Absolutely beautiful energy here. All of this is this profound blossoming. We have happiness, but we also have Aquarius ready to interact with others. With that Page of Wands in particular, um, I would just say it this way. And by the way, this is a mermaid and merman here. I'm wondering if Aquarius is just now realizing that they were always meant to have a partnership that would be very unique. Maybe Aquarius is about to, how do I say this? Like, connect with someone at a whole different level. And it's a kind of connection that only they could have with another person. Something very special. I think we get a lot of like magical storylines for Aquarius. I feel like I get more magical storylines for Aquarius than any other zodiac. Um, Even the fact that, I was talking about Aquarius like moving into, like a new era of their life. This might be the spiritual mystical era, but maybe it's also the most authentic era. Maybe, I know I've said this before, maybe Aquarius is like a star seed or something. Maybe they are someone who's like, they understand that although this world is made up of all the things that we do fully comprehend, the stuff we can rely on and count on, we can measure the temperature, we could, of the air around us, we can, like use physics to figure out, mass and force and movement and such. And there's, quantifiable values that we can place on a lot of these things in our world. But then there's also still magic and mystery, and that's the realm or the era that I think Aquarius is about to fully step into now that they're no longer hampered by some kind of deep sorrow. They are stepping through the thresholds of like their magical era, their mermaid era, their fantasy era, only it's not fantasy. It's as legitimate to them as, um, you know, being able to measure the effects of gravity on something, or knowing, how fast a train will travel, if going downhill with X amount of, weight upon it. It just feels like all those mathematic equations are still real also, but so too is this new era of like mystical gifts or spiritual gifts. And one of the things that is so prominent now is, I think Aquarius is going to be able to connect to somebody at like maybe a frequency that only they can see. You know how like bumblebees can see a chemical signature that they follow? That is something like extrasensory, maybe, that Aquarius now realizes they have. And this is bringing them to a true soulmate, life mate. We have a Judgment card and we have the Knight of Wands. And remember, we had the Page of Wands before that. There could be a Leo, Sag, or Aries. It's very, very important. Now, we do have strong Scorpio here as well. But I'm wondering if, because Aquarius is going to be able to fully embrace this version of themselves, this more spiritual version, or this deeply intuitive version that is just listening to that, like I said, like the bumblebees can see a chemical signature that we can't see, but it's a little map that leads them where they're supposed to go. I'm wondering if that's something that only Aquarius can see. And it's a map that leads them to their partner, and their partner sees it as well. Family members may not approve of this, may not understand this. Maybe that's one of the wounds that Aquarius has carried, is like, I've always been a little bit misunderstood. I've always been a little bit like out of the ordinary somehow, or like I didn't really feel like people could get the things that are so obvious to me. Like, what did I just read lately? And I haven't read up on it like to validate this, but I don't know if you guys can smell ants, but I can. And apparently lots of people can, and then apparently lots of other people can't, and it's a genetic trait. And I did not know my whole life, of course there's a smell of ants. And in my own family, of course, like my mother, brother, and myself can all smell ants. I don't know if all my sisters can, but I never even thought, because in my household, like it was just, I know at least 3 people know what ants smell like, but I didn't know not everybody can smell them. And I just think that I have to read up more on it and make sure that that's not some weird fallacy. But I just recently came across it, but I have to validate it before I know for sure if that's a true statement. All I can say is, if that is true, that almost seems like sci-fi. I know everybody out there is like fact checking right now. But my point is, just because some people are not able to do something, or let's say rolling the tongue, right? Some of us can roll our tongue, some of us can't. just because if you were somebody who couldn't, you would insist that that's not possible because it's not in your reality that you can do it. But if you're somebody who can, you're like, yeah, of course you can. It's super easy. I don't even have to think about it. It's real easy. I'm wondering if it's almost something like this. It's as natural and easy for Aquarius to do something, but maybe their family members couldn't. And so they always felt like they were like not accepted, or they were even told that their intuitive nature was something that like doesn't exist. And if that was a deep wound, and as Aquarius is healing from that in particular and fully embracing these unique gifts that they have that are as natural to them as breathing or genetically, being able to smell ants or roll your tongue or any of those little things. Now it's as easy for Aquarius to like embrace that part of themselves, even in the face of family that may still not understand, may not approve. Aquarius might readdress this with their family and be like, so listen, I'm going to be doing the things that I enjoy doing. The stuff that you said I'm crazy for. Just to let you know, I'm not really flighty. I'm not really this or that. There's things that I understand I have to do. It's a pathway that only I can see. I'm going to do the things that I need to do. Doesn't matter if y'all understand or on board or not. I'll send you a postcard. I got to go. It feels like Aquarius is going to be doing the things that are right for themselves. Not dangerous or wild, but just like maybe simply being able to say, I've always been compelled to listen to my instinct and my intuition of things that I want to do in this world, things that I want to explore in this world. The Page of Swords is about gathering information, the things I want to study. I almost feel like Aquarius for a long time has wanted to like learn about something. Heck, maybe it's like I want to go learn about the ancient, mythological stories. I want to like pick up some ancient practice of, alchemy or something like that, something that's kind of in the bygone era. I just feel like whatever this talent is, or whatever lifestyle choices, or just simply living in a more intuitive fashion, that alone could be something that family members don't understand. They could think that Aquarius is just random. And it's like, it's not random. It's random to you because you don't have my instincts. We all have, our own intuition that guides us. But I almost keep thinking that this is an Aquarius who simply happened to have been in a peer group that didn't really have their, I'll say, sensitivities, their intuitiveness, the intuitiveness and sensitivity that I think Aquarius has. People around them did not share that, so they couldn't understand Aquarius. Now that Aquarius is like, that's okay. I know that I have that part of me, and I honor that part of me, and it's helping guide me to the love story of my life, the happiness that I want to have. It doesn't matter that it doesn't make sense to anybody else. I know what I know. I want to explore what I want to explore. I think this is the new breath of fresh air and freedom coming into Aquarius's world, that they are simply aware that their life story is different than those around them, that what they sense and what they care about, what they gravitate toward, they understand even if nobody else does, and that's enough. We do have this, emperor here, and I kind of think this does not. Please remember, these are fictional stories, and this one's very sci-fi, magical, right? And those are always some of my favorite stories because they allow us to kind of explore other realms. But I will say, it looks, for this particular fictional character, it looks like they may even realize this is the era where they have to face, even if it means cutting some ties or moving further away from people that they knew and loved, even if those were family members that never quite understood the way Aquarius operates. While Aquarius is going to be pursuing the lifestyle that feels more authentic for them, the love story that they want to have, this could be a point in time where Aquarius kind of cuts ties with some old, outdated tethers in their life, and really steps in and claims their own space in their own life. Like, I don't know if Aquarius is identifying differently, if Aquarius is going to symbolically change their name, or step into some spiritual practice where they're like, actually, that was the old version of me. I've been like reborn. This is the name I now identify myself as. This is, my shaman's name is this. I could see Aquarius traveling someplace. I could see Aquarius like moving someplace or just listening to where they want to go and really starting to live out the dreams that they have, the emotional desires that they have to go to a certain place or to change a career path or to study and learn. There is something about studying and learning and living the life that they want to live, even if it's like, I want to go to Bolivia and, study plants. It could be something very big. And that could be why it's like family is going, what are you doing? Yeah. Well, you wanted to do that like when you were like a teen and, young 20s, and we talked you out of it. Now, oh God, are you back to that? You're doing that again? We still don't approve. But it almost feels like this time around, Aquarius is like, yeah, but I got to go where I got to go. I know you don't understand. It's okay. I know it doesn't make sense to you that that's been the path I've needed to take my whole life, but I'm taking my path now. It's okay. I don't need the support. I just need you. I'm just giving you the courtesy of letting you know I got to do what I got to do. My love story is up ahead. My happiness is up ahead, or at least I got to go find out if it's up ahead. This just feels like an era to explore what feels like it is like it's calling to Aquarius, and Aquarius is just giving themselves permission to explore what they feel connected to in the face of the fact that maybe nobody else understands why Aquarius would have to make these changes in their own life. But again, it's only Aquarius's life. So they're the only ones who have to understand it, is kind of what this message is in this particular story. It feels very exciting and it feels very freeing, and it feels like, at minimum, Aquarius wants to still be able to have like nice connection to the people that they do love, even if they don't necessarily have a whole lot in common with certain people that they do care about, that just can't quite understand where Aquarius is coming from. But there's still a gentleness in this. Although there's also a determined energy to step into what Aquarius feels like they need to pursue or explore just for the happiness in their own life. I want to explore what I care to explore. All right, I'm going to leave that one there. Aquarians, thank you so much for being with me. Sorry this one came out so late. Actually, I'm not going to do any more zodiacs tonight. I kind of ran out of steam tonight. It was a very, very busy day. But I'll see you guys over the weekend. And lots of love. Thank you for hanging with me. Bye for now.